Hi, I'm Marthastella Njoroge, a teacher at Moya Primary School, and I'm a mother of 2 children, a boy and a girl who is 21 years, and the boy is 16 years. I teach at Moya Primary School. I teach mathematics. I've been a teacher for the last many years, like 18 years. And I've taught in different schools. And so far, if I were to choose again, I'll choose to be a teacher. Yes, because walking the journey with these children makes us who you are. And they are the ones that have made me be who I am. The fight has been hard, but with them around you, they give you the morale to go on and to keep on going. So for the 18 years, I have been a teacher. And if I were to choose, I'll be a teacher again. Yes.
And what made you go into the teaching profession and not other sectors?
Then you had no choice. Whatever was offered is what you took. So by then, I didn't want to be a teacher, by the way. I got the letter 3 times and declined. Then I don't want to be a teacher. I really wanted to be a nurse. Yeah. But through it, it has been well. And I have loved being a teacher. And I have told you, if I was to choose again, I would be a teacher. Because then, I didn't know what takes one to be a teacher. But with time, interacting with these children has taught me that teaching is a calling, by the way. It is a calling. So if you're not prepared to be one, on the way, you find yourself shipping out. In most of the cases, I think when you're a teacher, you find yourself, you are a teacher everywhere. So most of the time, even if you're not teaching, you're interacting somewhere with the children, or you're somewhere doing something concerning the children. And that has kept me going. The teachers need mental health. And it needs to be checked as soon as now, because we have so many teachers out there who are suffering, and they don't know where to start. Some know they are suffering, but they don't have a way out. And we have those who don't know that they have issues with their mental health. But their behavior, the way they are working, tells you this person needs some help. Therefore, mental health has become an issue in the teaching profession. And the biggest thing is because if you take up me, as myself, I'll wake up in the morning, go to work at 7, I'll be with the learners till evening at 5. The only place I can make to go is back home. So you see, the routine that is there with the teachers may not allow them to get to know more about their mental health, because every morning they have a routine which they have to follow. So they're suffering knowingly and unknowingly. And if I was to be asked, the teachers need a support system, and especially in their health and their mental health. Because if it affects the teacher, it affects the society at large. Therefore, the mental health issue needs to be addressed, and urgently. Yes, because we are suffering. Yeah. We are losing teachers to depression, to drunkenness, because their only way out is to be not being sober. So we are not able to face our problems well. Therefore, the teachers need mental health, because they are the ones who are building the society. And if the person the builder is not well, even the end product may not be well. So teachers need a lot of help when it comes to mental health. And maybe there are those that we can be able to deal with and others we cannot be able to deal with, because for example, if it is health, even in health matters, if I'm not well, I cannot be able to deliver. If I cannot be able to access good medical health, it also does not help me out. So it brings and adds more problems into my mental health. So there are many, and we need to address them if we need to have a sober society. There are systems in place, but not adequate. If we look at since the 2020, 2021, after the COVID, there are systems that were put in place to check on the mental health of the teachers, where we have some programs for mentorship. The teachers' employer have put up mentorship programs, and which help the teachers with their mental health and other health issues. But systems are not adequate. We need more, because the teachers are many, and if it is for that mentorship, we are not able to get the touch from the ground, because you just get a few, but you don't know in the school environment how many more have issues that are not yet recognized. So systems are not adequately available for the teachers. If it is access to maybe guidance to other mental health specialists, it asks for finances, whereby finances at some point, it's also a big issue and a contributor to my health. So they're not well adequate for the numbers. We're looking at the number of teachers that we have in the country, and the systems that are in place. They don't rhyme. We need more, and with time, things that are affecting our mental health are increasing. Therefore, the systems and the awareness should be more to keep at bay the mental health of the teachers. Because the mental health for the teachers affects me, that's the teacher, my family, my immediate family, and my people at my workplace, and the learners at that. So the society, if the teacher suffers, the society suffers too. So systems should be put in place and should be adequate and readily available for the teachers to access. I'm a cancer survivor, and this is my 13th year as a victor. And when it all started, I was very young. I had just turned 30. So, and my children were young, because the last one was 2.5 years. It just didn't come, it just came, it caught me unaware, because I had some issue with my jaw. I had an infection, and therefore I had a small lump. I could not eat, I could not swallow, I could not talk. So I went to my doctor, and I told him, I have a lump. I told him where he is. He told me it is an infection, and this is easy to treat. But at the back of my mind, I had some lump somewhere. So I was like, if this is easy to treat, I can also be treated. So after I was given drugs, I told him, I also have another lump on my left breast. So he was like, yes, can I see it? He got to show him. So he told me, I cannot work with this one. I'll give you a refer to KNH. So I was like, a refer? And it is just a lump like the other that I had. He was like, I cannot deal with this one. You have to go for further testing. That is where my problem started. And before then, I had gotten a transfer. So I was new in the station that I was working in. I was a week old. So I had reported. The head teacher had given me some days so that I can be able to move and look for a school for my daughter. Then I report back to work, ready to work. So when I came back ready to work, I came with a letter that I am not well and I'm supposed to go for checkups. Yeah. So even my colleagues didn't know me. They knew my name, but they didn't know the owner of the name because I didn't meet all of them the first day that I reported. So I went through the tests. When I went to the hospital, when they just got the biopsy, my hand started reacting. So I could not feel it. I felt numb. Now I could feel now the effects of the lump, but before it was just there, it was less painful, it was not painful. So that is when I went. They got the specimen and I asked them why that long. Said we need to do a thorough checkup on the specimen, so you just come on Friday. When Friday came, I went and told them I need my results. You told me to come on Friday. They told me, we are sorry, we cannot give you the results today. You need to come on Wednesday because we need some more specimen. The specimen were not enough. There were some other problems. Out of the one lump, I had gotten several more on my armpit. So there were some lymph nodes that had appeared. So I told them, and I have some more lumps on my armpit. So they were like, we are also going to take some specimen from them. So I asked them, if I'm feeling the way I am feeling now, how about after you take all of the specimen from the 5 of them? They were like, we need to check whether they are also cancerous, but you come on Wednesday. Come Wednesday, I went there. So I went direct to the lab. I need my results today. So they saw me, they were like, you Marthastella? Yes, I need my results. They were like, we can't give you the results. We have to take them back to the doctor who had sent you to the lab. The trays were there, the in tray and the out tray. So, but I saw my name. As the lab tech was pulling out the only thing I read from the sheet, because it was fast, I just saw one word, carcinoma. So my head was like, carcinoma, cancer, there is some relationship. You see the pronunciation, so I was like, hope it is not, because I did not see any other, I just saw that. So by the time I was, you see, I'm thinking, I'm getting some instructions, he had gone out with the small envelope. So he was working briskly, so he was some distance away from me. I could not keep up the pace. By the time he got to the doctor, he gave the doctor the results. He was out. I was getting in. So the doctor had already seen the results. When I was getting to the cubicle entrance, the doctor told me, Marthastella, you have cancer. Guy, Aki, I cried. I really abused, I talked badly to that doctor because I could not, you see, I thought he was supposed to give me a seat and tell me, this is the results, cancel me. But he did not do that. I didn't even get to sit down in that cubicle. I was like, what are you telling me? Yes, Marthastella, you have breast cancer and you need to start the treatments immediately. So I was like, why do you have to tell me this? You need to tell me, cancel me before you give me the results so that I can be able to cope. So because I was so rude to him, he told me, go to the receptionist. Go to the receptionist and book some appointment with the oncologist. What? I cried. I didn't even, I lost the map for the hospital. I could not even remember where the reception was. So I just cried, just leaning on the wall. By the time I was leaning on the wall crying, my sister called me. So when I picked up the phone, she heard I was not well, I was crying, but I put the phone off. When I had cried enough, I walked to the reception. I booked the appointment. It was on a Wednesday, so I was told to come on Friday because the doctor comes on Friday. Well, I went to a garden out there. I cried for 2 hours alone. Then after 2 hours, I felt it had sunk now. So it was the way forward now. Now it is there, it is real. What next? I took my phone, called my sister. I told her, when I called her, she asked me first, what did the doctor say? The same thing the doctor told me, that is how I told her. The doctor has said I have cancer. Ikazima simu. I left her crying. Yes, the same method is what I used. After some few minutes, she called back. She asked me, where are you? I'm in the hospital. Are you okay? I am okay. Will you be able to come back to town? Yes, I will. So she was like, I'll be waiting for you. The moment I alighted from the vehicle, I found the whole family waiting for me. And they were like, now me, it had sunk. To them, it was like, I think they wanted to see me and see whether for real it is. So I went, I gave them the results. We went somewhere, we sat down, I told them what the doctor had told me. I had booked an appointment. I was supposed to go back to hospital on Friday. To cut the story short, I went and I got a refer to KNH then. But now, then, when I went to KNH, it was 2011, but I was to be booked 2013 June. Okay, so I asked them, what will happen of us, 2 years on waiting, and the doctor has told me I'm supposed to go through it like in the next 2 weeks or so. I should have gone through the process. Well, he told me we can make arrangements and see how you can get some urgent treatment. When I went back, and he did, the doctor did that, so he gave me an appointment for Friday to see whether I can be able to get a slot for the surgery. When I went home, I really cried. And at around 3, I called my brother and told him, go tell your friend doctor, I am not going to KNH, I will not be treated. Tell him to give that person who is online on on June 2013 to take up my slot. I'm not going to be treated at KNH. So my brother was, I woke him up. So what do you want? I told him, tell him I don't want to be treated at KNH and I'm not going to go tomorrow. Now, and don't tell mom. Now my brother was like, now what are we supposed to do? But my sister, my big sister called me and told me there's a doctor somewhere who had treated my friend's mom. I can refer you to him. You go seek some advice there. You see, now I didn't get enough counseling to decide. Therefore, when I went home, maybe that is why I changed my mind. How fast? It was fast for me. So I went to see the doctor. The doctor took me through the counseling and explained to me the process and what I should expect. So at least I was now at peace and I was ready to go for the process. So he asked me, are you ready for the process? I asked him, can we do it now? I was that fast. I was, yes, I'm okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. Yes, that same day. He was like, what I can only do, because of the issue of numbness of your hand, I can just remove the lump. Then we can go through the process and see when you're going to go for the surgery. This surgery, he was like, my cancer was stage 1. So we can remove the lump and go through chemo and radio, then I'll be well. The other option was to go through mastectomy. Mastectomy, they remove the whole breast. I told him, you can even remove both of them. I don't want ever to be in such a situation again. So he told me, go, I'll just remove the lump to make sure the reactions don't escalate, and you'll come later. So he just removed the lump. The lump was big. It was like 6 inch, just like this. So I went home. I healed after a week. the wound that had been there I was healed. So the doctor told me, your healing process is fast, so we can now go for the mastectomy. I went for the mastectomy, and by the time I was telling the doctor, let's do it, I had cried for like 2 weeks, day and night, because now I would watch my son. He's tiny, small, 2.5 years, so I could ask myself, what will become of him if I am gone? So I had told myself, whatever the doctor will say, I'll do it and do it diligently. And when I was crying, I was just telling God, just remember one child at school that I helped, and heal me because of that child. And when you heal me, I will work for those children as if I have never worked before. I will work as if I'm working for you. So I was crying, telling God, just one child I have touched, the life that I have touched, just remember me because of that life. So then that is when I told myself, if I get healed, I'll go back to work and work as if I'm working for God, whatever the case, because it is this child who has made me get life again. So I got treatment. I went through chemo. Chemo was hell. The first time I went to KNH, they checked me. They were like, you're ready you can go for the chemo. And I was supposed to go for 6 sessions for chemotherapy and 25 sessions for radio. The chemo was the craziest ever. So the first time I went, it was on a Thursday. You go check, you buy the drugs. Then on Friday you get the drugs administered. So when I was there, the nurse told me, Marthastella, your hair is so good. And I had made my hair a week before, so it was neat. She was like, who made your hair? I told her. Now there's something I want to tell you. If you don't want disappointment, go and make sure you undo your hair. Because after this session, you might be finding your hair falling off. So instead of getting the trauma of finding these braids on your pillow, just go and do your hair. I was so hurt. I was like, I'd go and, why don't I wait? If you wait, it will be a trauma that you will never forget. So just go and do your hair. So I went, and after the drug was administered on Friday, I unplaited my hair on Saturday. So I told my sister, I'm going to take a photo so that when the hair falls off, I will remember my hair. I took a photo with my children. It was on a Sunday. On Monday, my hair started falling off. And it was long, so it was painful. And it was not falling off as in the whole of it. It is parts. So you find that you have some hair on some parts and the other parts don't have hair. So I told myself, the best thing is go to the barber and have my hair cut. Where I went, he refused to cut my hair. So I told him, it is a decision that I have made. Imagine, if you don't cut it off, I'll go to another one and I'll pay. So he cut my hair. I was bald because you become bald. There are no traces of that you had hair. You see, even these pimples, these small hairs that are there on the goose, they are not there. Even these ones, the eyebrows, all of them, they fall off. Then I got a lot of support from my school, the staff in our school. They didn't know me, but they really supported me. Because when I went for the surgery, they called and said they are the ones who are going to come take me home after I was discharged. They really supported me. When I was going for chemo, you see, when you go for chemo, you have so many side effects. I'll be given some permission for a few 2 or 3 days because it will be a weekend. Then I'll go to school like on Tuesday. So that now the effects have subsided, I can be able to go to school. I got support from even the children who never knew me. They really supported me. So I went through chemo. It was crazy. You have each session comes with its own side effects. What you got in the first session is not what you get in the second session. So at some time you will find, I would find my hand swollen. I couldn't hold a thing. Call the doctor, you okay? Those are the side effects. So I was like, how many of them are there to come? But I went through it all. I did the 6 sessions and the 25 radiotherapy sessions. So when it came to the radiotherapy, I had to go every day. So I had to fill in a sick leave from the TAC so that I can be able to attend all of them because I could not be able to be away from work through and through. It affected my work, but I had to go through it. It was tough, but with the support that I got from the family, my immediate family, from friends and colleagues, I had to keep going, and especially for my young ones. After the 25 sessions, I was told my cancer was a rare one because mostly the cancer that people get is due to hormonal imbalance. So it is hormonal related. Mine was not hormonal related. Mine was, they call it the HER2. The HER2 is whereby the cancer cells are in my blood. So I had to go through a treatment where they would coat my blood cells to prevent it from recurring. Let me tell you. When I was told about the treatment, I was to go for 8 sessions of a drug, Herceptin drug. I was the first patient in Kenya to go through the Herceptin drug treatment. And one drug was so expensive because it was ranging between 300 to 350,000 to administer one. Because you have to buy, you have to go for the whole body checkup before you get and it was supposed to be done every month. So I told the doctor, I cannot afford that money. So give me a break so that I just go think about where to get the money. Then now I can come back to you and tell you what to do. So I went, we organized a fundraiser, and I really got support from different people, from different walks of life. They really, from the media, I had gone. And eventually we got the money because we were able to raise like 1.8 M, which was supposed to cater for the drugs. But in between the sessions, the money was not enough to cater for the 8 sessions. So it was enough to do the 6. After this, the drug, when the drug is administered, you don't get the side effects like those of the chemo, but it is administered in bits. Therefore, I was to stay for 8 to 9 hours as they administer the drug under supervision. So every day when I'm going to get the drug, I was supposed to start at 8, finish at around 5. But when I got to the 6th one, and then the finances were over, I told the doctor, I am well. I don't need the other 2, so I am okay. This is enough for me. Are you okay? Are you sure I told him I cannot go back to look for money for the drugs, so I am healed. Even if I am not healed, God will heal with the other. The rest we leave it to God. So he gave me some checkups. I was supposed to go for follow-ups after a month, after 2 months. So if they see nothing big, then they would push it for you. So I went there for 1 year, and I was declared cancer-free. I never went back to KNH after I was told that I am cancer free. And that was done was 2014. I never went back there. Not until 2019, 2020, I'm not sure. When I went, I just decided to go, I just pop in. And the reason as to why I didn't want to go to KNH, it reminds you of a lot of things. You go meet people who are sick, seriously sick. So that I didn't want to feel, you're going there, they are unwell, and you're well. So you seated there waiting to go see the doctor, and you have no problem. So one day I went, the time that I decided I will not go there again. I went there, there was a queue. So I paid, I went to the queue. Where I was waiting, there were so many people. And they were very sick. So I was like, God, I don't want to go back there. I am well. I just don't want to feel this. I walked out. I didn't see the doctor. I left the hospital and never to go back. It was not easy. But with God, all things are possible. Because this far, He has been Ebenezer. It is Him who has kept me going. And I thank God for it. My children are all grown now, and they are big. Yes, because you see, when I was told that, I really cried. And what came to my mind was I told God, there's this verse in the book of Ezekiel, when he was told that he's going to die. He really cried and told God to just remember him and add him some more years. So I was telling God, give me like 15 more years so that I see this small boy become a teen, a person who can take good care of himself. And all that is all I was praying for. And you see, God answers prayers. I was diagnosed with cancer May 2011, and by 2012 July, I had gone through everything. Is it 2012 July 2013? July 2013, I had gone everything. I was declared cancer free around July 2013.
You mentioned that you really received a lot of support from your colleagues. This must have also affected your job. So how did it affect your job and your mental health?
I didn't get some time to think about my health, by the way, my mental health, because all that was pushing me was these small children. So I had no choice. But there is one thing that kept me going, the support. And one thing that I learned, if you want people to support you, you first become your first support system, because you have to keep going for them to help you. You must say, I'm going to fight, for them to help you fight, you see? So they really helped me very much. And when it came to work, you see, I was on and off hospital, and due to chemo, I was doing it after every 4 weeks. That is a month. That was giving a break for maybe a week where I would not be at work. And if I'm at work, I cannot work well, So it really affected my work. But I thank God I was able to catch up because of the support that I got. I had a very supportive head teacher. And he would do anything to keep me going. And I just didn't take it for granted. My family members really helped me. When it came to the fundraiser, the teaching fraternity really helped me, because I had to source for funds everywhere. I think I went to every to every station to source for funds. Then I had some t-shirts that I had produced. Those teachers bought the t-shirts. They just didn't buy. They took some, they went to sell them for me. They really supported me, and I just didn't take it for granted, because at times your support system keeps you going. If you don't get support, you just give up. You give in. It is just let me die, you know. And you know, whenever cancer is mentioned, what comes in your mind is death. So you're choosing, it is a matter of choosing between life and death. So if I choose to live, I'll have to live and fight for my life. And if I don't get people who will support me in fighting for my life, I'll give in. I'll not be able to make it. But I got a lot of support. When you have people who are supporting you mentally, you're able to move on. You're able to pick up and go for it. Because you may fall into depression. I had no choice but to. I told you, I just could not, I had no choice. It was living and living, fighting for my life. Not because of me, but because of my children. So if the systems were in place, when I was told about my status, I would have gotten somebody to talk to me, to tell me this is, you know, doable. You can be able to fight this. But I didn't. I was to fight this alone, your own way, you know. But how I wish we would have systems. Because with this time, we are losing a lot of teachers to cancer. Not because they cannot get treatment, but because of their mental health. They just shut. They go to depression. They decide not to even seek medical attention because of the word cancer is dead. It is not dead. But if we would have systems that would support these teachers, we get people to go tell them this is doable. We have been there. People are living. These teachers will not die. We would save lives. Families are suffering because of the same. Because if one of them is unwell, everybody else in the family is unwell. So mental health is everything. We need systems that would work for these teachers. This life after cancer. I am because there is life after cancer. Seek medical attention, follow the doctor's advice, talk to people. Seek attention of the specialists, and especially when it comes to the mental health and to accepting counseling, to accept and take up the fight. We can fight. If I did it, if I am alive today, you can also live, because that is why we are here, to tell people there is life after cancer, and you fight not because of yourself, because of those who are surrounding you. The teaching fraternity needs you, my friend. So we need to go fight, and we are there to support, because we have been there, we know how it feels, so that is why we are here, to support those teachers and those other people out there who are suffering. Cancer is not death. It is like any other disease, and it is curable. They are drugs. When we were there, the systems were not that advanced. But let me tell you right now, they are there. We have the insurance covering this thing. You don't go looking for money everywhere. The drugs are in the market. The systems, the machines. We used to go to KNH, there was one. If it failed, everybody was to wait the whole day waiting for radio. Go to KNH right now. They have very good, up-to-date machines. So why should I die? If we fought when they were not there, you should fight when their systems are there, because they're going to live and we are going to support them. The awareness is there, but it is not enough. It is not reaching the people on the ground. It is not on touch. They are not touching. Because we have so many teachers who are suffering, and they need mental health awareness and assistance to keep them going. And you know, the problem with the teaching fraternity is, if the teacher is sick, the society is sick, because we touch every part of the society, the families, the children, the parents. So the touch on the ground is not touching well. So the systems need to be put in place to cater for the teachers' mental health. I have heard of KEWOTA and the plans of starting a wellness center, and this center will come and help teachers a great deal. It will be the best plan ever, because teachers are suffering, and at times you suffer knowingly and unknowingly. And if the center will touch the teachers on the ground, it will help them heal, because we have very many of them suffering, some from depression, some are from drug abuse, alcoholism. All those are some of the things that are happening to the teachers. And all this is coming about because of their mental health. They are not well. So KEWOTA coming up with a center will help the teacher a great deal. It will heal her. You go out there in the schools, you will see how teachers are really affected. And you know, we don't know that we are affected, because I'll just wake up, go on with my day. But what I am going through is dictating what is affecting me. So it will really help the teachers. The center that the KEWOTA are going to set up, one thing, it should be a walk-in, whereby if I feel I am weighed down, I need help, I can just walk in and get attended to, get to see a specialist without having many other processes to carry. You know, the time is not there for me as a teacher. If I was to walk in, I have borrowed maybe permission, I have taken permission from work. So if I come and get that I have to wait for another 2 days, that tells me I'll have to borrow or ask for permission. So one, it should be a walk-in, where I, the teacher who is having a problem, can come in, get attended to, get help, and go, so that it can touch many. Then the financial applications for, at times, we know we have issues, but the financial implication that comes with getting help keeps me off. So my wish would be that it should be free for teachers, that if I have any problem, I can get to the center, get assistance for free without any financial implications coming in. Because finances at times are the ones keep us away from getting the help that we need. So maybe we should have free for all the teachers, so that they can get access for free, and those that cannot afford, let us get people down there to get touch with the ground and the situation that we have in our institutions. And we can have this through the heads of institutions, because they know the teachers they are working with, they know what they are going through. So get the touch on the ground, not just on the center, because from the ground you get the cases, you refer them to the center. I might not be knowing that I have a problem, but when you come to me, you talk with me, we have frequent talks, you will detect the problem that I have before it gets worse. So it should be free and for all. Access should be one-time access. Get some, you see the hotlines, whereby even if I don't have a problem, I have a colleague, I can notify you and give you the contact so that you can get. You know, some of us don't like giving out our issues, but if you come to our schools and find that we have problems, that will really help the teachers. Awareness. Awareness, awareness, awareness. Because if I don't know I have a challenge or a problem, I cannot be able to address the problem. So let KEWOTA go to the ground. Have ambassadors out there. Have people who are, you know, if the center, it will be a center where it is in, maybe in the capital city. We have people in the marginalized areas. How do we get to those people? Let us have ambassadors, people who are going to be on the ground to refer teachers to the center and have to get the help. My mental well-being really stands with me and on me. It is all on me as a person, as a teacher. And one, my environment dictates what I am going to go through and how my thinking will be and my behavior will be. So one, I check on my environment. Be away from those toxic people. We are told that you show me your friends and I'll tell you who I am or who you are. Because those people that you relate with dictate your behavior and the way you carry yourself. So what I do is make sure that my environment is not toxic. I am away from those. I am not idle. I'm doing something, because when I'm not doing something, I'll be thinking of something that I should do and I cannot be able to do it, which is increasing my problems and not solving my problems. So keeping myself busy, and avoiding environment that is toxic. Then it is good to, you see, reading, engaging in reading books and learning more about mental health will get you to know more and keep away from the triggers of